You can't have 12 priorities. That's just a list of stuff you're doing. So today we're counting down the top 10 reasons why your strategy isn't actually driving growth. And if you're a CEO who was brought in to restart growth, this one is definitely for you. So let's go. Number 10, you have too many priorities. Here's the thing, the word priority was singular for 500 years. One priority. You can't have 12 priorities. That's just a list of stuff you're doing. So, real prioritization means choosing one thing over another. If everything is important, nothing is important. So, look at your strategic priorities list. If it's longer than three things, you don't have priorities. At number nine, your strategy is actually just goals. Maybe it's we want to grow 40% this year, or we want 30 million in revenue. Both of these aren't strategies. They are targets and aspirations that might indicate your strategy is working. So, strategy is about choices. Your choices outline where you will play and not play, and how you will win, what you will do better and differently than everyone else that gives you an advantage, and the capabilities you need to acquire or improve. Ultimately, if your strategy could work for any company in your sector or niche, it's not a strategy. So, in at number eight, no one's actually working on your strategy weekly. So, you spent 6 weeks in Q4 building the annual strategy. Maybe the board approved it. And now it's February, and your teams are heads down on operational fires, customer escalations, and urgent projects that have nothing to do with that strategic plan. Without a weekly operating rhythm, strategy becomes the thing you discuss quarterly when you realize you haven't made progress. And at number seven, your strategy hasn't identified the crux. So the crux is the one thing that, if you solved it, would unlock everything else. It's your highest leverage problem. Most companies spread efforts across 10 problems when solving one would cascade into progress everywhere. You need diagnostic discipline. What's the actual bottleneck preventing growth? Not what feels urgent. What's truly critical? Number six, your executive team isn't actually aligned. So everyone nodded in the strategy meeting, but your VPs of sales thinks you're going up market. Your VP of product thinks you're democratizing for SMBs, and your VP of marketing is targeting the mid market. These are misaligned exec teams wasting 25, maybe 35% of organizational capacity. Everyone's working hard, but they're pulling in different directions. If your executives can't articulate the same strategy in their own words, you don't have alignment. You have polite agreement, and we see this all the time. Number five, you're confusing busyness with progress. So you got lots of meetings, lots of Slack messages, perhaps, lots of initiatives have been launched, but are you measuring outcomes or just activities? We launched three features is motion. We increased trial to paid conversion from 12 to 18%. That's progress. Strategy execution requires outcome based goals like OKRs, not just a busy team. Being busy isn't the same as moving the needle. Number four, you don't have decision frameworks. Every day, your team face choices: which feature to build, which customer to prioritize, which opportunity to pursue. Without clear decision frameworks and criteria that connect daily choices back to strategy, people default to whatever feels urgent or whatever the loudest voice in the room wants. Strategy execution is really about enabling 100 smaller decisions per week that all align to the same direction. Without frameworks, ultimately, you get chaos. Number three, your board pressures you to pursue every viable opportunity as you pursue growth. And here's the uncomfortable truth: boards often resist focus. They see a big market opportunity over there, a partnership opportunity or possibility over there, and they want you chasing all of it. But concentration of resources is what drives breakthroughs. Spreading effort thin gets mediocre results everywhere. So, part of your job as a CEO is teaching the board that saying no to good opportunities is how you will create space for great outcomes. Number two, you don't have the organizational capabilities that your strategy requires. So, let's say your strategy is outcome focused, great. But do you have the measurement model that actually captures the leading indicators? Do your managers know how to have outcome focused conversations instead of activity check ins? Most strategies fail not because the strategy is wrong, but because the organization lacks the capabilities to execute it. This is the unsexy work: building manager effectiveness, creating measurement maturity, establishing cultural habits of transparency and accountability. That's what makes frameworks stick instead of becoming another abandoned initiative. And the number one reason your strategy isn't driving growth. There's no system connecting your annual strategy to what your teams commit to doing this week. You have a strategy document, you have quarterly goals, but there's no bridge, no operating rhythm that translates here's where we're going into here's what I'm working on Monday. So, this is where OKRs done right become powerful, not as a goal setting exercise, but as the weekly operating system that maintains strategic focus despite daily operational chaos. That weekly cadence, combined with measurement systems, manager capabilities, and cultural transparency, is what makes strategy execution sustainable instead of episodic. Most companies do annual planning, then wonder why execution drifts by March. It's because they're missing the system that keeps everyone focused on what actually matters when 47 urgent things compete for attention. So there you have it. The top 10 reasons your strategy isn't driving growth, from too many priorities all the way to no system connecting strategy to weekly work. And if you're a CEO trying to restart store growth, fixing these isn't just helpful, it's essential. If you want help building that system that makes strategy execution sustainable, check out Zockery.com. That's what we do. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.